guys, welcome back to another video. Today, we're going to be multiplayer testing the Honda Civic Type R in Asphalt 9 multiplayer at 1 star. I have every upgrade and import part applied that I currently can. And let's go ahead and get on to the races. First race is against a highly upgraded Type R in Mazda Fury on Frozen Route. So the Type R just got its second rerun of its car hunt, I believe, or its second car hunt event. I think the first one came out like a while back when the Avia first came out. And the car was actually okay-ish received. I mean, you needed it fully golden to unlock the Avia, which did give a lot of backlash. But one plus about this car was that it was the King of the Caribbean. And it kind of still is, because, I mean, the Taycan was from a Legend Pass. And does everyone really have the Legend Pass? Not everyone, but to the Legend Pass owners, you have the King of the Caribbean. So this car, unlike other high-end B-Class cars, it focuses on acceleration, where others like focus on speed, like the 911 Targa and the Griffith. The Fury, I think, also focuses on acceleration, but it has a balance instead. So does the C7R. This car is more just an acceleration beast. I think at like max, its acceleration is around 80, maybe higher than 80, maybe like 84. I'm not sure, but it is definitely one of the fastest accelerating cars in its class. Anyways, back to the race. That Type R, who was way far ahead, just bottled the race by wrecking. So now we're side by side with the Fury. I need to get something done to pass him. So I'm going to try something. Here, I get past him on the barrel roll with Shockwave. I try to deny him the Slipstream. However, he didn't need the Slipstream. He just needed perfect nitro. And he came ahead of me. Had I not drifted, I probably would have had that, because the drifting speed in the Type R is not very fast. But we did beat that other Type R. I'm not sure if that's a gold one. I'm not going to make any assumptions, but I'm pretty sure those cars are 4-starred, which is aka maxed, basically. On to our next race. Against an Elise, some Hemi's catbacks, and the Civic that bottled last race by wrecking? He's in that Mazda Fury right there. So let's see if he can redeem himself here. So right off the bat, he's in the lead. And I did film this in the Ghost Slipstream series, which I'm going to say the Type R was not a good choice for, because it only goes 178 at 1 stars, which is only barely faster than the E-Tense. And the E-Tense has way better nitro efficiency and stuff. Granted, I am 1-star, those are 3-star E-Tenses. Maybe the Type R will trump every E-Tense once you start up. Speaking of E-Tenses, there is one E-Tense ahead of us, the Challenger Hemi, and then the Fury. So, the Fury goes really high up there, and the E-Tense went the other way, and the Hemi went this way. So now I'm just trying to get the Fury Slipstream right now. Not sure if that is the Fury, I'm pretty sure it is. So now I'm getting the Slipstream off the Challenger Scat Pack. Also, all of the races here were filmed in Bronze League. One of my biggest fears was getting promoted into Silver League and then facing like 3 or 4-star NSXs and Vencers or like Gallardos with my 1-star Civic, which was a pretty scary thought. Anyways, here, he bottles again. That dude is just good at bottling races, like he did in the Type R, the previous race, and he just did it this race with the Fury. Anyways, here, I try to make a last-moment pass on the Hemi. However, I just don't have the nitro. And the E-Tense, that was just a close finish. I managed to get third ahead of one Hemi, but the Hemi that was racing us for the most part, that, like, beige one, won the race ahead of the E-Tense, barely. That was a close race. On to our next race against 2 E-Tenses, and I believe 2 Scat Packs, and then there's a Z4. And there's my Type R, but that's the car doing the filming here. So here, I try to get my nitro, and I do get it all the way up. And that happened. Yeah, I'm kind of upset that happened, and I still am. Anyways, is all hope lost? We'll see. So, right off the bat, because the Z4 is so awfully slow, I pass him after using his Slipstream to get up to my full speed. And this car, without nitro, goes 170, which I think is still faster than a 3-star E-Tense without nitro. And a 3-star E-Tense with nitro goes 175. This car goes 178. So it is fast enough to fend off the E-Tenses on like really long tracks. Anyways, we're on Uptime Rise, I believe that's what this one is called. But people always screw up this track. Some people go the longer way, and then some people are trying to take the faster way. I believe ahead of us is there's 2 Challengers and 2 E-Tenses ahead of us. believe that's a Challenger right there, and there might be another Challenger up front. No, that's an E-Tense up in the front. Actually, that might have been a Hemi, I'm not sure, but they wrecked. And we're catching up to this Hemi pretty fast. He wrecks. Another E-Tense, the other E-Tense took that way, a slower route. And then one E-Tense finishes the race. I get massive speed and manage to come in second. And turns out that probably wasn't an E-Tense, and it wasn't, it was a Hemi. On to our next race, on Rome. The same track I lost to the Challenger Hemi on. This time, actually no, we're not on the same track, we're on the opposite version. That one was the capital of the world, this is St. Peters Kickoff. There's another Fury, there's a Hemi and an E-Tense. The Fury, I'm not sure what happened to him, he got like 7th in this race, so he died. I think he wrecked back there, I'm not sure. That might have been him. Anyways, here we have 2 Hemis and an E-Tense. I drift to get up to Shockwave. But one of the hardest things, for me at least in Slipstream, is just trying to stay behind someone, because it's just so unpredictable where they're going. That's why you need good nitro efficiency in Slipstream too. Even if you have a fast car, you're still gonna maybe want some nitro efficiency. And here's something important to learn: never go the right side on the fork of the road in St. Peters Kickoff. Go to the left, because you'll get a better angle to that barrel roll, which will let you get so much more speed over your competition. As you can see here, it worked quite well. I now have a fairly decent lead ahead of them. Will this be the first one of the video? We'll find out, or you'll find out. I already said this, but, well, I already filmed this, so I know what happened. Here we take that barrel pretty poorly, so I try to 360. I try to redeem myself and get the speed back up. And then the inadequate handling of the Type R killed me. I have to hope the acceleration would help me, but an E-Tense passed me. Now I got his Slipstream and it got back up to my speed, which is only 3 miles per hour faster than him, which isn't enough in this kind of distance. And that Hemi Scat Pack almost caught us. Thankfully, he didn't. Once again, another close finish on Rome. And now, another race on St. Peters Kickoff against 2 E-Tenses and a 1 Camaro LT. Yes, I know there's not very many interesting tracks in this. It's all been almost all Rome. 3 Rome races in a row. I'm sorry, Rome was like the only good track that I got races on. Here the LT passed us with Slipstream and I bottled the race. Yeah, sometimes those turns are worth taking because I think that way is faster, but they can kill you like that. So here we're getting the Slipstream off the E-Tense, we passed the Camaro LT. Now, one thing to keep in mind with Slipstream is that, that LT is getting my Slipstream if he's keeping behind me. And the Camaro LT, I believe that one is at least faster than my Civic. I'd like to assume. Here is the importance of the St. Peters Kickoff fork in the road. As you can see here, that E-Tense went that way. He couldn't get to the barrel roll without losing so much speed. And I got to the barrel roll and got more speed, way more speed over him. And now I have a pretty good lead. We all know what happened last race. I fell off trying to get near the end of the race. Will that happen again? You'll find out. Here I don't hit the taxi. And better luck, I don't go stupidly high on the barrel roll and lose all my speed. Better luck, I don't hit anything. And here's the best luck. Are you ready for the best luck? I don't drown. I managed to keep my speed up. The E-Tense and LT will not be able to catch up in the nick of time. I get my Shockwave. And then I go to the finish line. Just like that. For the first time, the Civic has won a race in this video. And it's not even a very impressive feat. On to our next race on Osaka against a Shelby, a Cayman, and some more E-Tenses. If you expect a video in low-end multiplayer or low league multiplayer without an E-Tense, then you are expecting too much. I mean, the E-Tense is literally the donker board. Like, you know how Asphalt had the donker board that everyone spams in multiplayer? The E-Tense is the donker board. It's easy to get, and it's just so broken. Here, I get a little scared of Osaka. You can see my inadequate skills again. I nearly hit this stuff. I get really scared. I got really scared there. So ahead of us is a 370Z, I believe, an E-Tense, and a Shelby. Here, I followed the Shelby this way from our C8 video. You remember, I think an Acura took this way and got massive speed on it, so I tried it. I almost fell off the track like I did it in the Corvette video. Thankfully, I didn't. And I nearly wrecked there and there. Thankfully, I don't wreck. Anyways, here we're fighting a Shelby, and there's, I believe, an E-tense. There's 2 E-tenses ahead of us, I believe. I think the car I said was 372 was actually the Shelby. Yeah, E-tense really still needs a nerf. Gameloft, I think, overbuffed it. Here's the bottle. I tried to go over there, but I couldn't make it without wrecking. So I chose to come this way. And guess what? The Shelby and the other E-tense chose to come this way, too. Here, I tried to get the E-tense to slip into Shockwave past the Shelby. I tried to just keep it nitro. I think I hit a traffic car, and the Shelby got right next to me. And took 3rd from me, so I got 4th. And as you can see, the E-tense have won. The E-tenses keep winning. On to our next race against 2 Civics, or yeah, 2 other Civics, a Camaro LT, and I believe some E-tenses, as per usual. And I'm not sure, I think this is the final race of the video, so let me give you my general review of the vehicle. The Civic Type R at 1 star is probably not worth using in multiplayer. It goes only slightly faster than the DS Automobile's DS E10, literally the most overused car in no-league multiplayer, and its other stats aren't good enough to compete. Overall, should you use this car in the Slipstream series? I would also advise not doing that since its speed is just too low. So if you do get in the lead, something like a C7R, a Furai, a Hemi, a Griffith, a Shelby GT350, if any of those get behind you and get your Slipstream, you are not going to be able to defeat them at all because you're just not going to be fast enough to keep up with those faster cars. Hell, even a Camaro LT on the right track, and if that Camaro LT driver is skilled, they can beat you. Now that's when I'm talking about a 1-star Type R. Maybe when it's 4-star, it's a different story. But I have it at 1-star. I am gonna 2-star it though, and at that point, I probably will make another video on it. Anyways, here there's 1 other Type R ahead of us, and 2 E-tenses. I tried to get that barrel roll, but I couldn't get it in the nick of time. And we end up coming behind that Type R and 2 E-tenses. Yeah, you should probably just use the E-tense if you have that high startup. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next video. Goodbye.